Hi, this is Joe again with another review. Let's say in this video I'm going to be discussing the 2004 film I, Robot, starring Will Smith and Bridget Moynahan. And also James Cromwell is also in this film as well. Of course, this film is basically an anti-robot movie. It's basically what it is. Of course, in the beginning of the film, they tell you the three laws that are programmed into robots, and not to harm humans, or not to prevent humans from harming themselves, or and that type of thing. And as long as they're violated the first two laws, it's okay. Or what? And it was crazy science fiction stuff at the very beginning of this film. Now, of course, iRobot takes place in the distant future. Well, we're not now, because we're in the year 2022 now. The movie takes place in the year 2035, where robots are in a mainstay in American society, or the world society. They do the type of stuff that we hire illegal immigrants for. It's cook food, be butlers, and that type of thing. And they're not putting down illegals, but that's what that's what we, at least here in the United States, we're never going to get rid of illegals because we do the jobs that white people won't do. That stupid stereotype. So we have robots doing everything, and Will Smith's character has a thing against robots. He has like a prejudice against robots, because there's one particular time where he was driving and he gets into an accident, and a robot saw what happened and he dove into the Chicago River and tried to get Will Smith out, and he said, "No, don't save me, save the kid in the other car." And he yells at him and communicates with the robot. I said, "Don't save me, save the little girl in the other car." And the robot didn't save the other girl, saved him instead. And he says, if it was a human being, it would have went for the other kid instead of saving my life, because I could get out. The other girl couldn't get out. So I wanted the robot to save her life, and the robot didn't do it, so I hate robots. So that's this whole thing about hating robots. And meanwhile, there was this head, James Cromwell plays a head of the company that produces all these robots. And for some reason, he dies. And at first, they claim it was a suicide. But then Will Smith follows clues that James Cromwell left for him. And he comes to the determination that he was killed. Or James Cromwell's character was killed. Possibly by a robot. One of his own robots. And Bridget Moynahan plays like a robot psychiatrist or something, one who helps program these robots. Psychologically, program the robots. And he says, "Wait a minute, they will violate the three laws. The three laws. The robots not harming human beings." So, well, this one I feel this one harmed somebody, and they went to this one particular robot, and they were named Sonny. And he had him arrested, and he goes, "I did not kill him." And he slams his both hands on the table and says, "I didn't slam him." And the guy who provided the voice of Sonny, I thought he did a great job. It sounded like a real robotic type voice. And I don't know who the actor was, but they had great voice work in this film. Excuse me. And he was on today, didn't kill the guy. Will Smith says, "Yeah, I think you did." So Will Smith's trying to figure out whether or not the robot actually did do it or not, because there's evidence saying that there's like two ways to go in this movie. Did he actually did do it, or was his robot framed by maybe another robot, or then this robot was programmed to kill somebody? That's what Will Smith was thinking. And meanwhile, Will Smith figures out, or maybe it's the second in command of the company programmed this robot to kill the owner. And that's what he thought it was. And meanwhile, he thought that the owner, or the second in command guy in the company sent out a whole bunch of robots to kill Will Smith, and that was the most thrilling and most exciting part of this whole movie. That Will Smith was getting attacked by this legion of robots to kill him, and that meanwhile, the robots throughout the movie were programmed to start taking over more. So, oh, it's now a 10 o'clock curfew, go home. And they were rounding people up and start figures on my phone. I can't go through and run these videos without the phone going off. Anyway, they go further and further to mature everything. And then meanwhile, Will Smith goes to get the second in command guy in the company. Will Smith finds, and Bridget Moynahan, both of them find out that the second in command guy was killed. And it's okay, if it's not him, okay, who did it? And then they find out that the computers, that the centralized computer system in the robot company was the one who was actually behind everything. So, pulling all the strings and stuff. Which is, I kind of thought it was a pretty good twist, because it was pretty obvious it was maybe the second command guy. I think it would have been too obvious, to figure it out. So making the centralized computer system was the one who did. So I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, you have to really stretch your disbelief a little bit by watching this film. I mean, I thought Will Smith was good. I thought Bridget Moynahan was smoking hot. She always is. But I thought that the plot was a little. I thought it was an interesting plot device, that a robot killing a human being. I thought that was interesting, and Will Smith trying to prove that. That was good, but then it got so crazy where the centralized computer was the one who was behind the whole thing, and then meanwhile, surprise, you thought, okay, it was the centralized robot who sent. The centralized computer sent the robot to kill the owner of the company. And figured, okay, maybe that's the plot, how the thing was going to go. But then everything went. Will Smith and Bridget Moynahan, both of them, helped destroy the central computer, which they did. Spoiler. They said, okay, now they're talking to now. Will Smith is talking to the robot. Said, oh, I'm sorry, I misjudged you. Yada yada yada. I said, I'm sorry, my surgery was a central computer, did everything. And the robot says, no, it didn't. I said, I actually did kill the owner. And they go, what? They actually do that. And the film go, what? And I said, what do you mean you killed the guy? I said, well, because he asked me to kill him. So I killed him. I said, why would he do that? I said, well, because he couldn't take the whole system anymore, so he asked me to kill him. I'm like, oh, come on. I mean, it's such a lame ass bit at the end of this movie. I thought it was a pretty good action film, and the science fiction element of it was good. But it got so crazy to the last quarter of the film. It was so crazy that it was, dumb. I mean, for me. And you wonder why it took me almost 20 years to see this movie because of the ending. Because I heard people complain about the ending was too convoluted and all that stuff. So I figured, Will Smith is a decent actor, especially when he did, I liked him in Independence Day. So to me, that's the only movie I really liked him in. But this one was, I think for 3/4 of this movie was good. And the last quarter of it, I think it was like ruined the whole experience for this movie. So this is the movie, my review of the movie I, Robot. Please click on the video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please forward this video on your Facebook pages. You can check all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at RowdyC.com. It's all WDY. And SC.com. It's a homepage and Rowdy Reviewer. Christine Moore, please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.